I'm not sure if this is about the place I live in, but of course my family, my friends, my relatives are influencing me in my all-day life. Usually I try to adapt the environment in what I'm doing. I think that art chose me. I know it's a cliche to say that, but my mother told me that since I was 2 years old, I started drawing, and since then my toys were just paper, pencils and colors. So I grew up like this, and step by step I defined my way in order to make art. I've been always fascinated by the exotic, but during the life I've noticed that all the exotic experience that we can imagine are not really exotic anymore. We are invaded by media, by television, by the images of unknown places, or the places that are not very usual to visit, or the situation that we are not about to face very easily. So I think this is what attracts me in a way. And day by day we notice that the world is not so big as it seems. And I think this is the topic that defines part of my work in painting. It's some kind of metaphor because I consider that hunt, it's a raw expression for violence, and it's the purest form of violence. It could be faced, of course, very easy in our social behavior, but it could be observed also in the nature. If you observe animals, you can see the most pure and most beautiful way to kill. But killing, it's a metaphor. The violence is an aspect that can be explored in many ways, especially in painting. But I prefer to give this approach in my paintings, to give the most innocent aspect of the violence. People usually don't kill, or they're adapting not to be violent. But in this case, the violence should be something really exotic. From the natural hunting that the human being is not used to see every day. But in the meantime, we are talking also about reducing the distances between human nature and nature itself. So this is why I chose those raw images that are inspired only by the images that we can see on television or in the promotions and in the movies. So the exotic is no longer an exotic fact, it's just about the image that we are about to explore. I have a reclusive relationship with nature, and I I find myself meditating in nature, just in my solitude, and searching for the movements and natural elements around me, and the specific noises, specific colors, specific light. And I found in this kind of solitude facing nature that every microcosmos can reflect, in fact, a whole universe. So this is what I've tried to explore. Usually the color has its own privileged role in my works. So I can speak about my whole work that includes also almost color and relations in color, relations between forms, motifs, expression, and so on. But I also chose to include drawing. So using color was meant to underline some aspects, some high points in my work, and to underline the central part in my work. For me, the abstract painting or drawing has the same significance and can reflect the same life as a figural or a figurative work. So I always tend to point some movements, some gesture in my paintings, and I like to play with the underground and the playground and the foreground, and I try to make a movement using color lines, also with drawing. And the color gives me that satisfaction to put in contrast different tones and different strokes. So this is about playing in my practice. In my neighborhood, there is a balcony for a flat where are living some students from medicine. So they use that skeleton for didactic purposes. And also the balcony is covered in glass. Also in the neighborhood we have Hilton Hotel. So it's very funny to observe day by day the contrast between the life itself and the life of the dead.